Spending my whole life living in New Jersey, I know how overwhelming New York City can be. And I am here to help you manage your anxiety so you can enjoy New York City just like a lot of other people do. Times Square is a necessary evil if you want to spend a day in New York City enjoying all of the touristy things. It is crazy. It is overcrowded. It is loud. You hear everything happening around you. But it's also absolutely wonderful at the same time. It's one of those things that we need to try to work with our anxiety so we can experience all the things that life has to offer, which includes the craziness of New York City. One of the biggest mental health tips for anybody who has not been to the city a lot is don't take anything from anybody. Don't. They're handing out a bracelet, anything, don't take it because you're going to need to pay for that. If Mickey and Minnie come up to you and go to take a picture with you, you're going to have to pay for it. So don't take the picture with Mickey and Minnie. They don't look good anyway. Go to Disney World. Don't take your picture with anybody because you're going to have to pay for it. That is one of the biggest tips that I will give you for managing your anxiety. You are not being rude. You are not being rude. You do not need to people please. You do not need to be nice. Don't take anything. Do not stand for pictures because you will have to pay. So if you want the picture and you want to pay, stop for the picture. If you don't stop and take the picture. One thing you will consistently notice is if the traffic is stopped and it's against the light, people will still cross the road. If you are anxious, do not do this. It is totally okay for you to wait until you actually have the walking sign. You do not need to go because everybody else around you is going. You can wait until you have the walking light. But like I said, you will see a lot of people when the traffic just stops, start crossing no matter what. Like that. 42nd Street is one of the most chaotic streets that you're going to find in New York City. But there's also a lot on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is somewhere that you're going to find some theaters, but also tourist attractions like Madame Tussauds. I actually really enjoy Madame Tussauds. This is part of what makes 42nd Street a busier street than others. It's also one of the few streets that has two-way traffic, so keep that in mind while you're exploring the city as well. Our next specific street we're going to talk about is 44th. Now, 44th is an important street to remember because it is a street that has a lot of the theaters. It is one that you might have to go to while you are in New York City if you're checking out some shows. If you are somebody who has anxiety and you want to come see a Broadway show, one of the best things to do is get a ticket that's off to the side. That's what I always do. I always sit in an aisle seat off to the side. That way I don't feel enclosed by everybody. I'm able to move freely. I'm able to get up at intermission and at the end of the show without having to climb over people or wait. So that is always one of my biggest tips with managing anxiety and coming to a Broadway show. Sometimes when you're seeing a Broadway show, there is no intermission. Titanic is one of those shows. It does not have an intermission. So you are in seat the whole time. So get yourself to the bathroom, get yourself a snack, and get comfy for the show. I actually like shows without intermission because it makes it a little less chaotic, so it helps my mental health. My seat in the St. James Theater is mezzanine row AC18. I am all the way on the side, and I am actually next to a wall, which I kind of like. The only issue was I was the last person in my row to arrive, and I had to climb over everyone, and I felt so bad, and that was not great for my mental well-being. But we are in our seat, we have a drink, and we are going to have fun. Okay, so this was the problem with my seat. That's my seat. You cannot get to it from that side, so you literally have to go down the center and just climb over people. It was the one issue with this theater. One thing involving anxiety that people always ask me about is how I eat out on my own all the time, because it is something that I do and I genuinely enjoy going out and having a good meal by myself. It's what I'm doing right now in New York City. I'm at Serendipity 3, which is delicious. Go check out the video with the review of Serendipity 3. Oh, so good. Well, one of the ways that I help my anxiety with eating alone is making sure I always have stuff with me. So I always bring my Kindle and I always bring my headphones. It helps me to not feel like everybody is focused on me, because the truth of the matter is nobody is focused on me. Nobody is even focused on me recording this right now. And this is one of the things that does heighten my anxiety, is sitting here recording myself in public like I'm an influencer, which I'm not. I like to consider myself a content creator, and I would love for this to blow up someday, but we know it hasn't yet. But that is stuff that I do when I go out to eat on my own to help my anxiety. But it's also really cool to be able to do things that you think are not possible a lot of the times, like going out and having a meal by yourself. And if you are in the city, you gotta check out Serendipity 3. This food is so good. Seriously, go check out my video with the review. So good. One of my favorite quiet spots in the city, which I know, crazy quiet spot, is Schubert Alley next to the Schubert Theater. Schubert Alley you can access from 44th, next to the Schubert Theater, across from the bowling, and next to Junior's. And it is this quiet little walkway. There is very seldom a lot of people here. It is a great spot for a little mental health break, a little breather, because it is one of the few spots in the city that you're going to find that isn't overrun with people. And I am somebody who consistently eats at Junior's. I love Junior's. So I stop in Schubert Alley every time I'm here. I look at the really fun posters. I've seen Wicked, haven't seen Outsiders. And I enjoy the little break from the crowd. It is a great cut through over to 45th, and you just take a break from the crowd because we need it in the city.
I love the city and I love coming to see shows, but even for me, the city gets very overwhelming sometimes. So before leaving, I had to sit down and have some coffee and cheesecake at Junior's because I'm too anxious to drive. It's something that happens, but this is why we do this. We make these videos to be aware of what can happen, where we can go, and how we can handle it. And I feel a little bit better now, so I'm gonna go walk to my car. It'll be a nice little walk to the parking garage, and then get myself home and get myself ready for bed. And it's okay to be anxious. It's okay to do things that scare you, but we try and we keep going because life is amazing and we all deserve to do these things even if we're anxious. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, there's videos up on my channel of handling anxiety around the Disney theme parks, so go check those out. And I hope you guys find your magical balance, and let me know in the comments what your favorite Broadway show is. I'll see you soon.